Good morning. Fancy meeting you here. Hello. We keep meeting like this. Good morning. This is Nick. Hello, hello, hello. Trying to bring you a bit of sunshine and directness. Direct sunlight. For those of you who know, read the sides of your medicine and read those pamphlets very well because direct sunlight is what you're getting right now. Beware of the exposure, beware of your procedures. Some procedures require you to not be in direct sunlight for at least 12 to 24 hours, depending on what your medication is and what the contraindication is, including what happens to your skin. All right. So, some of us, not me, of course, but some people are on medications and they have not taken very good care of themselves. They have not read the fine print. And that goes for life too. There are contraindications in your life that you need to be aware of. And usually it comes from your genealogy, it comes from your timeline, it comes from your environment. So the more you know about the insides of yourself, the more you can address the outsides of yourself. And that comes to rosacea, eczema, different skin conditions, shingles. That comes from heightened stress and a lot of something about a viral. It's something viral, so it's something from with inside and outside. They come together and they create an issue called shingles, and that goes with a lot of these things that we have going on nowadays. MRSA, if you have a lot of bacteria up in your skin cells and you happen to scrape across a door jamb or something like that, you can be leaving infected skin cells. Someone else comes around, they have an open wound or some opening in their skin, they come into contact with it, and there it is. There's an inflammation due to unhygienic reasoning. Okay, so be careful of not taking those showers, not taking baths. Some of us are very are in hardened positions where we may have to finagle some things around. Some people may have to go to a gym, may have to go to their local shelter, or some other way. They have to find some ways to take a shower. So if you do have the luxury of having access to water, do not take it for granted. Not only should it be ingested, it should be put on your skin so that it can keep others safe and clean as well. I don't know why I had to do a whole public announcement about cleanliness, but I guess so. Somebody needed to hear it. Get in the tub. Soap, water, washcloth, agitate, wash off, do it again. Yeah, everything. And no, your sexuality will not be questioned if you should happen to deeply wash between your tail. That should have nothing to do with anyone else besides your journey away from being stank. And there's that. Okay, so dang, I guess I had to say that. Me can't stand me neighbors too beggy beggy, me neighbors too chatty chatty, me neighbors too front and fast, front and fast. Me can't stand me neighbors too beggy beggy, me neighbors too chatty chatty, me neighbors too front and fast, front and fast. I'm sure I'm not the only one that has invasive neighbors, although mines have gone to the extreme. Like the whole thing is made up for me. I've never wanted to be this important to the point where they've like actually been peeking into my windows and parking in weird ways, especially across my gate. Now, that I have an issue with, but it tells me that things are getting a bit desperate because they're no longer hiding the fact that they are intrigued. And I'm using that word instead of other words, okay? However, the intimidation thing is not working because life is already scary, and I've seen you guys' faces. Yikes. What more can you do with that? I mean, I have been, yeah, flatlined a few times in life. So the fact that God keeps sending me back means that I've dealt with some scary shit already. So your face is just One in a million, all right? I've been in New York. I've been in the subway in New York after dark. There ain't a lot that's going to surprise me at this point. And I think someone's feeding you after midnight. Ooh. All right, so with that being said, one, why aren't the kids in school? I don't understand why the kids are in school. There are not a lot of reasons why the kids wouldn't be in school besides abuse, some kind of abuse. There are only four sick reasons I can think for a kid not being that's sugar from my coffee in school. Now I'm thinking either the kid's sick or you're sick, or you don't want to send the kid to school because the kid has seen something sick, or the environment is sick and it might become prevalent to someone if they keep seeing the kid and they realize that the kid is coming from a sick environment, or something sick is being done to the kid, or you're sick, or the kid is sick. Either way, if you don't send that child to school, something's sick about that. All right. And like I said, someone's keeping a better schedule for the ops and their friends. And I guess, I don't know who that is. Yeah, they're keeping a better schedule for everybody else than their kids. That is neglect. I want you to know that is neglect. Yeah, that's not going to work out. I'd like to see you write that down on paper. Yeah, that's not going to work. Okay, so here's another thing. The skinny one looks like a boy. Now, if the skinny girl looks like a boy and the big girl looks like a boy, then it's safe to say that the femininity to them, to you, is useless, which means that your masculinity is useless at the time, because if their femininity is useless and they're both masculine, then that cancels out all of you needs for being normal. So that means you're abnormal. So that means you're an aberration to yourselves, right? So if the animals have a default and you don't, that means that you're of another source. Something's wrong with you, right? That makes you a stranger on this earth. Is this why they came up with that whole Anunnaki thing, or the skinwalkers thing? Because, I mean, obviously, if you can't operate in one or the other, you're operating in something else. Reasonable deduction. I'm just going to leave that there. How are you today? I'm glad to be here. I am feeling great. I'm having coffee today, but tomorrow I am going to have an oat milk latte. I'm going to take a break from a little bit of the caffeine because I have things to do. And you can't overdo things if you want to keep this here thing on the earth balanced, right? I do not seek to be Aboriginal, as I am indigenous to the situation. So you have to watch out for people who want to be too damn different, okay? There's something to that. They don't want to act normal, and it's something up with that. What's going on with you that you want to be so different that you're actually turning yourself into an aberration? Like someone wants to remove you surgically because that's not normal. That's not even benign. You may even spread to other things. So yeah. That's that surgery. They call it a biopsy, don't they? They call it a biopsy. For some reason, I'm using certain words and they're addressing certain things in certain people. It's direct. It's almost as though I'm shooting random arrows and they will hit their mark. It's just that I won't be a witness to it. Interesting enough. The Ballad of the Drunkards. Oh, no, not a song. I'm just going to give scripture. So let's get on to Psalms 69, and we'll understand why I said what I said. I said we're moving on up on the east side. We finally got a piece of the pie. Yeah. Pie. That's 3.14. Piece of the pie. You want the whole pie or you just want a slice? A lot of people are just settling for slices, and they do not know that there's a whole pie addressed for you, but you keep wanting to slice other people's. So you don't get your pie. All right, so Psalms 69, let's go. Save me, O God, for the waters are come into unto my soul. I should say unto my soul. I sink in deep mire where there is no standing. I am come into deep waters where the floods overflow me. I am weary of my crying. My throat is dried. My eyes fail while I wait for my God. They that hate me without a cause are more than the hairs of mine head. They that would destroy me, being mine enemies, wrongfully are mighty. Then I restored that which I took not away. Pardon me. O God, thou knowest my foolishness, and my sins are not hid from thee. Let not them that wait on thee, O Lord God of hosts, be ashamed for my sake. Let not those that seek thee be confounded for my sake, O God of Israel. Because for thy sake I have borne reproach, shame hath covered my face. I am become a stranger unto my brethren, and an alien unto my mother's children. For the zeal of thine house hath eaten me up, and the reproaches of them that reproach thee are fallen upon me. When I wept and chastened my soul with fasting, that was to my reproach. I made sackcloth also my garment, and I became a proverb to them. They that sat in the gate spake against me, and I was the song of the drunkards. But as for me, my prayer is unto thee, O Lord, in an acceptable time, O God, in the multitude of thy mercy, hear me in the truth of thy salvation. Deliver me out of the mire, and let not me sink. Let me be delivered from them that hate me, and out of the deep waters. Let not the water flood overflow me, neither let the deep swallow me up, and let not the pit shut her mouth upon me. Who is she? Hear me, O Lord, for thy loving kindness is good. Turn unto me according to the multitude of thy tender mercies. And hide not thy face from thy servant, for I am in trouble. Hear me speedily. Draw nigh unto my soul and redeem it. Deliver me because of mine enemies. Thou hast known my reproach and my shine and my dishonor. Mine adversaries are all before thee. Reproach hath broken my heart, and I am full of heaviness, and look for some to take pity. But there was none, and for comforters, but I found none. They gave me also gall for my meat, and in my thirst they gave me vinegar to drink. Let their table become a snare before them, and that which should have been for their welfare, let it become a trap. Let their eyes be darkened, and that they see not, and make their loins continually shake. Pour out thine indignation upon them, and let thy wrathful anger take hold of them. Let their inhabitation be desolate, and let none dwell in their tents. For they persecute him whom thou hast smitten, and they talk to the grief of those whom thou hast wounded. Add iniquity unto their iniquity, and let them not come into thy righteousness. Let them be blotted out of the book of living, and not be written with the righteous. But I am poor and sorrowful. Let the salvation, O God, set me up on high. I will praise the name of God with song, and will magnify him with thanksgiving. This also shall please the Lord better than an ox or bullock that have horns or hoofs. The humble shall see this and be glad, and your heart shall live that seek God. For the Lord heareth the poor, and despiseth not his prisoners. Let the heathen and earth praise him, the seas and everything that moveth therein. For God will save Zion, and will build the cities of Judah, that they may dwell there, and have it in possession. The seed also of his servants shall inherit it, and they that love his name shall dwell therein. Selah, so be it, so let it be. Amen. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hopefully you got some rest. I got some rest. Rest. It was good. I went into REM sleep, and when I went into REM sleep, I thought of all the things that I would say to you this morning, and I think I've already said it. It was really supposed to make sense to you, and it does make sense to you, although you will not admit it. You'll tell people that, oh, what's she rambling on about? And the reason why you'll say that is because I've hit something, and a hit dog usually hollers, so they'll have an opinion about it. Whether it Whether someone knows about it or not, they'll reveal themselves by having someone respond because they need a response, because there are questions in their minds right now. See, look at them right now in their eyes. Look at them right now in their eyes. If they're listening, if you have someone in the room right now listening, look at their eyes. They're questioning themselves. They're questioning you. They're questioning whether you know. They're questioning whether I know. They're questioning. They're questioning whether or not they are ready to deal with it. It's so interesting that the hardest person in the world can't do time by themselves. They need everyone to take time out of their lives to come and visit them because they cannot do time by themselves because they are too tough. They're so tough that they won't leave the prison of their own mind. Yet they'll have the weakest of the weak come and visit because for some reason they all feed each other's validation, the need for validation, even though there is no validity in what they're doing. It's interesting to see how the weak depend on the weak, and that's how they draw strength. Interesting enough. What a study. What a study. Let's start in Sagittarius, because the cards will definitely hit where I haven't already stabbed at. And suddenly they shoot the arrows and then they do land. They do land. They do land randomly and suddenly they have hit their mark. So mystical she is this morning, isn't she? But not. It's very plain to see. Okay, so we have the 4 and we have the Queen of Swords. So someone's foundation is definitely jumped out here first thing in this morning. And someone has unbiased judgment, independent, clear boundaries, direct communication, clear-minded perception. So with the saving, security, conservation, scarcity, frugal and control. So someone has been leading by a lack mindset. They have been attempting to control everything and everyone's resources. And you know what happens when you take sand and you create a fist in order to hold on to the sand. It creates little gaps in your hands where the sand might escape. So someone's attempt at control is exactly that. The attempt at controlling sand in a fist. It won't happen. There will be gaps, there will be weaknesses, there will be leaks, and you'll be left with remnants of the sand. Yes, you'll have some sand, but you won't have the sand that you thought you were retaining because you held on too tight. And that's where the Queen of Swords comes in. And we haven't even gotten into the reading. We're in betwixt. We're in between. Okay. Unbiased judgment, independent, clear boundaries, direct communication, clear-minded, perceptive. So it's all into precept. So there are some that are ready to cut this thing off because they are now starting to see clear. It is a clear perspective. Some people aren't as delusional as you'd like them to be, but they won't tell you that they've willed back because they do know undoubtedly that you'll lash out because you don't have the understanding of someone wanting to save their face. Someone wanting to save their face despite already cutting off their nose. You do not understand that because you do not understand the actual thing of collateral damage because you've never been anyone's collateral. And that's okay. But that means that you've lost value if you're no one's collateral, right? And their willingness to cut you off means that you've lost and you've deteriorated. You have somehow decreased in value because you are no longer used as a valuable thing to be kept on board. And that scares you. That's what scares you the most, is that you will be deemed unvaluable. But this is the thing. You should have been valuable to yourself. You should not have put your value into someone else's hand because now they can weigh you. And you don't like people playing God in your life, yet you give them the reins. That is an issue for you to deal with. Okay, so like I said, someone's attempt at control has definitely deemed them valueless, and they are losing value at the moment. They're losing value in real time because your control is very, very, very delusional. The only one that you can really truly control in this life is you. It's true. It's true. All right, Sagittarius, let's get to you because somebody wants an answer. Somebody wants something. They need something to hold on to. They need something to roll around on their tongue because as of right now, they have no words. They have no words. All right, so we have an 11, which is justice, and that is Libra energy. And then we have the 7, which is Aquarius energy, and it's very sneaky. Someone is being very, very sneaky. And then we have the King of Wands here, okay? So we have manipulation. We have someone who is a vision of grandeur. They're grandstanding. They are still trying to maintain their their air of value, even though it is decreasing by the moment, by the second, by the millisecond. Oh no, oh no, oh no. The stock market has definitely crashed in this one. This one definitely. It's as though the heart monitor is definitely taking on the stocks, and it's the same way, and it's plummeting and it's plummeting. It's doing that sharp thing that it does as it turns down. Okay, so maybe this is someone's heart rate as well. Maybe this is someone's heart just dropping to their ass as they realize that reality is indeed setting in. It's okay. Calm down, breathe in, breathe out. Call emergency services if you do need. If you feel the heart palpitations and you're starting to get that cold, clammy thing there, you might be enacting a stroke or something of that nature. So please be sure to call 911 or have someone near you call 911 if you start to feel ill in any way. Okay? Sometimes reality does that to some people, especially if they've been holding on to a certain reality that they've tried to enact. And certainly, I've been there around a person who definitely panics when their plans don't go as they want. But usually it's because they've lied a lot, okay? They've lied a lot. So we have Justice with the Libra, and this is a Sagittarius reading. Please keep in mind, the Sagittarius is the archer. It shoots true and it is precise. A lot of times it precisely shoots itself in the foot, and sometimes it does not. So the Sagittarius being the archer and being really supposed to be based in truth, but it can be very impulsive, especially if you catch it in the south node. So right now we have the Justice card, which is in Libra energy, and it says justice, fairness, truth, clarity, equality, balance, cause and effect law. Okay, so someone is definitely maybe it's spiritual law, maybe it's not spiritual law, maybe it is physical law, but someone is trying to be ever elusive. Someone is evading and being very elusive. They are using every loophole known to man to evade such consequences as they have enacted. It is very unfair for one person to be under law and another person actually be and another person tried to be exempt from the law, even though they are breaking more laws, and probably just broken all the laws, to where one person who is being held under fire hasn't broken any laws. However, they have definitely pointed that direction. See, so someone is trying to use someone as a scapegoat. They don't want to be seen as the criminal-minded person that they are, however they are, but they're trying to enact some paperwork, some powers that be, some access to basically switch spots with a person. They're trying to make a person who is not a criminal, and that in itself is criminal. Okay, so then we have this 7, which is Aquarius energy. It's very sneaky, betrayal, deception, getting away with something, acting strategically, trickery. This is basically all in what I said. This is the Aquarius card. You see this person, very scandalous, right? So either this person is sneaking away with the weapons of choice, or maybe someone is sneaking away after using these weapons. However, they're leaving some, so it looks like a frame. It looks like a setup. I'll leave just enough so it looks like they did damage, but I'm going to take the real things that did the things. Okay, so someone is very, very sneaky. So right now, as of right now, we have 17, which is a star. And we haven't gotten to the last card because the last card does not have a number. It is just a person. So it is a person who wants to be a star. So they're sneaking things in order to become a star. What is going to happen is they may be a star, but maybe not the star that they thought that they would be. There are some meteors. There are meteor showers, and there are stars that fall out of the sky. And what's so funny is this last card is Sagittarius Scorpio. So there's a lot of fire and passion behind this. There was a lot of willpower put into the sneakiness that is, right? And yeah, this is a Sagittarius reading, so don't go sneaking off somewhere. And it's funny because I've got this 11 and this 7, so this is definitely in a Sagittarius season. But if you turn this around, this is 7-11, so somebody's doing this 24/7, and it's at their convenience. Someone wants things done at their convenience. They want it done 24/7. They're willing to go all out 24/7, and they want it at their convenience. So someone wants a lot of things at their convenience. Very interesting. Okay, and then we have this queen, I said queen, but it's supposed to be a king. So maybe somebody is starting to realize, I'm so sorry, I have to say this. Somebody's a bitch made nigger and they want to be seen as a king. They're a BAN. So let's just say that he's a bad. So natural leader, visionary, entrepreneur, big picture, leader overcoming challenges, mature, career focused. And you see the way they're looking away, it looks as though someone definitely knows that they're not that, but they definitely want to be that. This is how they want to be seen, but this is not what they are. So this person is trying to be sneaky. So there's a Libra, there's Aquarius, there's a Scorpio, and there's a Sagittarius. And they're all sneaky. They're all trying to get the crown, the throne. They're trying to be the top dog. There is a natural inclination to be the star. Somebody wants to be the star, and I'm seeing that in this 18. It's an 18, not a 17. So somebody definitely wants to be the star, but I overstepped and it's the 1, which is an 18, which means this is moon. So someone's definitely having the premonition or the intuition to know. And would it be us or would it be them? This is what we don't know. All I know is that everybody knows what's going on the board. Nobody is ignorant right now. It's just that everybody else that isn't part of the game is being used as pawns right now. All the pieces are moving on the board. This makes me smile. So we have justice to the King of Wands. We have betrayal. We have lots of it. We have the 11 and the 7, which means that it's going to be a lot of inconvenience to someone, inconvenience to another person. 7-Eleven is just 24/7 convenience. Sometimes they're dirty. Sometimes they're clean. Sometimes you're going to get the coffee you want. Sometimes the station is so disgusting you're going to walk back out. Sometimes there's a bum outside begging, and sometimes there's just someone there to open the door. That's at your convenience, and that's what you find at 7-Eleven. Which also means that someone doesn't eat very well, especially if they're eating from convenience. They're eating from 7-Elevens or like Royal Farms 24-hour places all the time. That says that you're doing a microwave diet and you're not eating very well. Someone has a poor diet as well, okay? So not only are they stealing from people, they're stealing from themselves. So you definitely can't trust a person who would definitely rob themselves outright, right? If they rob themselves, they definitely rob you. So don't trust the person that robs themselves daily and on schedule. My cards keep dropping. I don't know what that's about. You know what's funny? What if Lois Lane was actually Wonder Woman? But she got mad because they let the guys fly around in underwears and tights with a cape on, yet they're supposed to be respected. And the funny thing is, she can fly. She has the golden lasso. She's strong as hell, but they gave her a goddamn invisible plane. They just had to try to make her look silly. And you know what? I really, really understand. It's because y'all always gotta see every angle of a bitch's drive. And that's why y'all gave her that funny looking ass and invisible plane. I'd be Lois Lane too, and just be Wonder Woman when I want it to be, not for you guys, because you bitches want to see how we drive. Because why is the plane invisible? You want her to look crazy or what? But y'all flying around with tights and drawers on the outside of y'all tights. And I gotta fly around in an invisible plane. She should wrap that lasso of truth around the creator and try to figure out, around the person who created them daggone the patriarchy of superheroes, and figure out why Lois Lane had to be the one to just snitch. This is why I think she really was Wonder Woman, and she just got tired of riding around in that stupid plane. Because why should I have to ride around in an invisible plane? Why can't it be visible? I mean, I'm Wonder Woman. Why do I need this invisible? It's because you need me. Even as great as I am, you need an angle for me to look crazy. Even though can't nobody say nothing about you, them tights and the drawers on the outside, and you flying through the air in them. I mean, somebody make it make sense. Has anybody ever thought about that? Yeah, that's because y'all want to see a bitch's drive from every angle. That's the only reason why I could think of you making me ride an invisible plane. Y'all want us to be great, but y'all don't want us to be that damn great. And that's the issue. Y'all love us. Y'all, we are so wondrous to y'all. Our bodies, the way we work, the way we think, the way we can raise y'all, and all sorts of stuff. Y'all love us to the extent where y'all just got resentful and just started trying to trade places, but that's not natural. Now, is it? It's not. And this is where you got to worry about you crossing the line. Why am I so great to you that my greatness makes you want to crush my greatness and adapt it for your own? But it's not natural. What should be natural is for you to be enamored with it and uphold it and protect it as it is, because it is the essence in which you come from. So why would you try to destroy the very essence that you come from, the very other part that makes you appear to be apparently you? And this is why you can't crush out one without crushing out the other, because this is how we identify each other. By not being that one, I get to be that one. And by not being that one, I get to be this one. Why y'all keep trying to confuse stuff? That's my rant. Okay, so Capricorn. 5 and 3 and 9. 539. That is a number. 539. 539. That is a number. 539. That's information. That's the bus. That's the bus depot. That's businesses. That's a business. If you're in this area, you know about businesses. You know about the certain like 396 is administrative. That's like educational, that sort of thing. But 539, that's like businesses, hotlines, stuff like that, right? 539. So somebody uses resources, uses hotlines, resource hotlines. 539 is resource hotlines, isn't it? Yeah. 539, somebody uses resource hotline. Ooh, they the hermit. So somebody, I'm calling out somebody's secret. Ooh, 539. Ooh, this is somebody's secret. 539, somebody uses the hotline to do certain things. Somebody uses hotlines to mess with people. So it's like somebody real diabolical. Like, they real spiteful. They call all the hotline numbers and they report all their enemies. So like, if they don't like you, if they think you cuter than them, better than them, or doing something, it's like a criminal will actually like criminalize everybody else instead of realizing that they are criminal. It's criminal. Like, it's criminal. So we have a lot of criminals calling 539s hotlines, and they're using the natural resources against the taxpayers. And this is how most of the people are enacting things in your lives, in our collective lives. They're using resources. They're using resources like 311, 211, 411, 911, hotlines, anonymous callers. Like, say if something go pass on a hotline, they say, oh, I'm going to call and I'm going to report them. So now what they need to do when it comes to hotlines, yes, people are allowed to report anonymously. So what they should do when it comes to them hotlines, you can report anonymously on one end, but they should be since you are being a responsible citizen, you should be a responsible enough citizen to leave some identification just in case they need to follow up, so that people can stop calling all of these hotlines and dropping dimes on people, because you could be very well helping a criminal criminalize somebody who's not a criminal by way of these hotlines. And this is how they need to change that fallacy. When you allow criminals to drop dimes on other criminals anonymously, you are indeed helping out a criminal create a crime. So one case it helps, in another case it doesn't. So one cancels out the other. So there shouldn't be a lot of people being allowed to anonymously report anybody, because What the fuck are you telling for if can't nobody tell on you? Yeah, the pot be calling the kettle black. So there used to be a due process in America where you can actually face your accusers, where you were able to face your accusers. You're supposed to be able to face your accusers. What happened to that? I mean, lawfully, what happened to that? We have all these people having sneaky administrative hearings and sneaking behind people back and closing and sealing off certain meetings and stuff. But that shouldn't be true. Why can't you present the person? It should be necessary to have the person that is being accused aware and there. You know what I'm saying? Because you should have an opportunity to defend yourself, shouldn't you? Not unless this is an unfair fight. And this is what someone is attempting to do. They're attempting to overwhelm the system with their request. However, if the system should turn on them, it's lights out. So yeah, so we got the regret, failure, disappointment, pessimism, loss, and grief in the Capricorn, and this is the Scorpio here. And then we have the broken heart of the Libra, heartbreak, suffering, grief, emotional pain, sorrow, hurt, divorce, loss, depression. Someone's got to deal with endings. And then we have the 9. So someone is definitely coming to the end of their bandwagon, soft life, life of luxury, fruits of labor, self-sufficiency, financial independence. Somebody is hanging on a hope and a prayer because this is coming to an end. So we got, this is what the 539 was about. Someone was using the resources in order to keep themselves afloat. However, there is an investigation or something like that. Maybe they're investigating how to get out of it. Because I see 539, somebody's 53 or 35. Then I got 93, 39. I got May 3rd, 90 something. I got March 9th, 59. I got September and I got somebody 53. It's a lot going on here, what I see. Okay, so in Capricorn is Earth. Somebody's attempting to ground themselves or at least just try to stay head above water. Somebody's trying not to drown in this. Somebody's trying not to feel some kind of way, but they already feel some kind of way. Something is changing. Let's add the numbers. 3 plus 9 is 12 plus 5, that's 17. So yeah, hold up, let me make sure. 8 plus 9, that's 17. Yep, which is an 8. Karma. Okay, so some karma is about to exact. I don't know. While someone's getting Dharma, somebody's definitely getting karma. So this is that for the Capricorn reading. Take what resonates, Sun, Moon, Rising. We have Virgo, we have Libra, we have Scorpio, and this was a Capricorn reading. So someone definitely needs to brace themselves for impact. Just like a plane landing. Just like a plane landing. Definitely. All right. All right, so let's put in our work. All right, Aquarius, a 10 pop straight out. That's a 10 pop straight out. Why am I dropping cards like this? What's going on? Somebody wants to see me drop things. Naughty. Naughty you. Naughty, naughty, naughty. I'll take a sip. All right. So the Wheel of Fortune is here. Jupiter energy, 10. That's what popped out for Aquarius. That was a 10. Good luck, karma, life cycles, destiny, turning point, change, inevitable fate, ups and downs, unpredictable. Oh, then there the star pops out, right? So 10, 2, and 17. That did pop out. So we got good luck, karma, life cycles, destiny, turning point, change, inevitable fates, up and down, predictable. That's what the wheel is. The wheel has all of these characters right here. You see that there's something underneath and there's a lot going on up the top. We have the Sphinx, we have the Seraphim, we have the Cherubim, we have all of these different angels going on. And we have angels down below. We have the Baphomet as well. He's there too. We have The lion reading, that's the griffin. That's the griffin. You have to be versed by them. It's the seraphim, the cherubim, the griffin, the Baphomet. We have the snake. We have Okaphis. We have yeah, we have the Sphinx. We have all of these different symbols. So definitely pay attention to the signs, symbols, and the synchronicities as the wheels turn. There will be sigils on the street. There will be signs in the street lights. There will be signs in the air. There will be signs with the birds and the bees and all that. You'll look to the animals and there'll be something different. You'll look to your food and there'll be a taste. There'll be a taste that's either there or not there. That'll tell you where you are. Reduced taste. Reduced taste, south node. Increased taste, north node. Pay attention to your food. If you're not eating the right food, it's not going to taste right. The right food will taste just right. It will taste like you're recharging. And that's what you'll be looking out for. So then we've got the 2, which is difficult decisions, weighing options, avoidance, deadlock. And sometimes just mean having faith, blind faith, being able to trust that the outcome is coming, whether or not you could see what's going on. Okay. And then we have the star, which is hope, calm, faith, purpose, renewal, spirituality, good fortune, good omen, and rejuvenation. So someone is definitely coming back into themselves. They're getting their mojo back. I was saying that yesterday. Someone is definitely coming back into themselves. They're starting to realize the signs and synchronicities that are telling them to move forward in their faith and to get stronger in their faith, stronger in their meditation, stronger in their prayer, stronger in their practices, stronger in your exercise, stronger in loving yourself, stronger in your routine, stronger in listening to the gentle prompts that you get, not the things that prod you into difficult spaces and put you into corners of your life that back you up against the wall. We're talking about more situations that put you in a freer situation, that give you more options. So as you see your options reduce, know that you're moving the wrong way. As you see the more opportunities open up, know that you're moving toward the right way. So all this is said, and that is 12 plus 17, and we'll put the 17 over top the 12 to add them on up, and that will be 29, which means that that is an 11, which is somebody is definitely going through their awakening. Someone is ascending. Congratulations to you and your ascension. Congratulations, Aquarius. That Aquarius does know who they are because they can feel it. Maybe perhaps you felt some cool sensations in maybe your spine or maybe your back. You felt a little something that feels like pain sometimes, but other times it just feels like strength. That is your spine strengthening. You're no longer a jellyback in your own life. You are now able to go forward, and nobody can make you bend or break. You are now refortified. Okay, so if you feel you're starting to feel a little bit of strength, sometimes strength coming to your body feels a little uncomfortable, especially when you're not used to exercising that muscle. You're not used to standing with your shoulders back and your spine straight. You're not used to propelling your voice from your solar plexus. You're not used to digging deep and meaning what you say without screaming, without getting out of sorts. So someone is regaining their control, their confidence, and their mojo. They know when they speak, someone heard it. Someone not only heard it, they felt it. And this is what it means to be high vibrational. You don't actually have to be physically in a room with people, but they know and they heard and they felt the energy. They felt what you said. All right. So welcome to Ascension, Aquarius. Hello. Okay. So on to the Pisces. Hopefully that helped for that Aquarius ascending. Great news. Start learning your body mechanics. Learn what works. Learn things about your circulation that will help you be more abundant, and it will also help with your ebb and flow. All right, don't forget your cinnamon, okay? Don't forget your cinnamon. All right, Pisces, step up. Let's go. Let's go. All right. So now we have that sneakiness is coming back again. So watch out for Mercury retrograde. Retrogrades They do happen when somebody wants that old thing back. When you put out certain signals and certain vibrations in the world, people see that you're ascending. And for every level, there's a devil. There are people who left you in the last season who wasn't sure that they wanted to leave, but they wanted you to chase and you did not chase. So they're trying to figure out why you didn't call, why you didn't have a message. They're looking into their messages and they're trying to see whether or not you sent anything. And it's amazing to them that you care not, that you've moved on. And so someone's trying to figure out if maybe they can leave something in the inbox, or maybe if they can post a thirst trap, maybe if they could put a cute picture on, or post the latest accolade. Maybe they can get you interested, or maybe they can even get you to hit the like button, and that's how they can get you to interact. So someone's dropping thirst traps. Okay, somebody might be riding past your home. They might be thinking about you so much that people start passing by or riding by, or you might see in your social media scroll that some people look a lot like, or they have similar names, or you're starting to see their name a little bit everywhere. Someone is thinking about you, and someone is thinking about spinning the block and coming to see you. So you have to be careful, because some people aren't spinning the block because they want to come and make it better. Some are spinning the block just because they want to see, how is it you could have left without me? How is it that you're moving on? How is it that you're surviving? And I told everyone that I make and break you. How is it that you're still doing this? So someone may want to spin the block, if not only to see what you got going on, maybe to sabotage it, or maybe to push away someone else who might want to come in and replace them. And this is funny. A lot of our exes are hardwired to us because they really haven't found anything better than us, but they are hardwired to us by way of they don't really want to see us do better, because if we do better, then they might have to do better. And they're so comfortable not doing better. You doing better and them having to live on the same rock as you doing better, it just doesn't fit that way. So they're going to try to enact some type of control in your life. So be sure, have your spine straight. Don't be no jellyback. They're next for a reason, okay? So be careful, all right? And some of your exes know that you were great and they just wanted to sneak off and see if there was somebody better, but they didn't find better. They might have found bigger, they might have found better, but they didn't find better. So what happened is they're going to try to sneak back and get into your graces, because if you find better, you won't be available for them. So don't get caught up being somebody's supply. And here's this 7-Eleven again. Someone's hoping that you're open like 7-Eleven. You're open to them. You're open to their convenience. And there's that 7-Eleven in the reverse. So this is the justice. The justice of you is keeping those doors closed that you've already closed. And to the left, everything you own in the box to the left. Right. So surely end it if you haven't already ended it, and be sure to know that if they can't come in directly, they will send friends, they will send girlfriends, they will send homeboys, they'll even send your cousins, the cousins that they actually freak off on when you're not looking. So definitely be aware that there are some family members of yours who might snake you, just for the simple fact that they know you live a great life, and that's the only way they can get in your great life, is by being trifling. It's true. It's a reality. Some of your cousins don't like the way that you walk by and your perfume lingers longer than theirs. It's because you took a bath before you put the perfume on. Yeah. Yeah. Some of your homeboys don't like the girls that you get because they think that you're spending all your money on them. No, you just actually get women that have jobs, and they think that you're a simp because you happen to like some of the girls that you spend time with. And it's very, very, very pivotal that you stay away from men who actually turn everything good you do into a clown situation. That just means they're clowns. It doesn't mean you're a clown. But if you actually start listening to them, then you'll be a clown with them. And your dick will be just as dry as theirs. And they love that for you, because why can you get better bitches than me? Yeah, so don't get lost and get tricked out of your spot because you're craving men validation, but you want coochie. That doesn't make any sense. All right, so let's move on, Pisces, out of this place here. And we got the 7-Eleven, which is 18. So we've gone back to this again, and that is 9, which is divine. So someone needs to pray to keep this, to keep the trife away. Okay, yeah. So they're going to look like an Aquarius and a Libra. It seems like the Aquarius and the Libra are our main culprits right now. It doesn't have to be sun, moon, rising. It doesn't have to be, but Aquarius can be different like that, depending on if they're in their south node or their north node. And Aquarius is very good at confusing a person, okay? They're very good at confusing a person because they're so different, you understand? And they know so many things, but you have to understand that they can also use that knowledge against you. So don't get caught slipping, okay? Sometimes a person's need to be intellectually superior will actually be your telltale sign. Because what the fuck are you trying to be so goddamn smart for? We're not in school. Why are you trying to trump me with your brain? What's going on here? That means that you feel inferior somewhere else. You can't be plain in another space. You can't be plain in a plain space. So you have to watch out for people who start bringing their different wars into places where the war doesn't exist. All right, pay attention, and that'll be your justice. So like I said, just keep praying those trifling people away, and keep your prayer walls up. You have no idea what in your world that they will try to attack, because attacking you directly doesn't seem to be the thing. The toughies, right? They're tough. They keep on acting tough, but they will go behind your back. They will recruit men, women, shopkeepers, the gas station, anybody in the world to come after you, because they can't come at you directly because they know that they are really inferior to you. And that says a lot, which means you're intimidating to a peon. To a peon. So here's Pisces coming up, and here's that Gemini Taurus energy straight off the top, and then we've got the 2 of Cups, then we've got the 4 of Cups, and that's it. That's the 2 numbers, and that's 6, which is equal give and take to the universe, and I like it. I like it. King of Swords, head over heart, discipline, truthful, honest, mental clarity, authority, unified love, partnership, mutual attraction, proposal, marriage, connection, meditation, contemplation, apathy, reevaluation, disconnected. So someone is very disconnected when it comes to a unified love. They're making a head over heart decision, and yeah, somebody doesn't like where they are. They are not in, and they're not in love at all. This isn't love at all. This doesn't look love. This is a person that is disconnected. This is a loveless union. So I have Taurus, Gemini, Cancer. I have 2 Cancers. There's a lot of water when it comes to Cancers, which means there's a lot of manipulation. There's a lot of not love. There's a lot of stuff that looks like love that is not love. So there's a union that's in front of everybody, and it looks like they're in love, but they're not in love. They just want it to look like that. Meditation, contemplation, apathy, reevaluation, disconnected, and that's between the two Cancer cards, which is the 2 and 4, which are the only numbers that have the only cards that have numbers on them, which is a 6. The one that is a King of Swords only has the Taurus and the Gemini, which means that there's a stubbornness here. They refuse to let each other go. There's a stubbornness. There's no love there, but there's a stubbornness. So everybody likes the picture, but nobody likes the Kool-Aid. Nobody's drinking that shit because it's nasty, but it looks good because it's full and it's sweating. It looks cold and it looks tempting, but it has no sugar in it. It's not good. It doesn't taste good. It's red. It's red Kool-Aid. It doesn't even have a flavor. It's just red. So someone has something that looks good and it's not. Have you ever had Kool-Aid with no sugar in it? Just red. And it has the nerve to be cold. And then somebody serves it with ice. And it still has no sugar in it. This is what this is like. Ew. So someone's in a very loveless marriage here, and sucks to be y'all. I don't know what you guys are gonna do, but I'm gonna praise the Lord that I'm not in it. All right, so someone has a loveless marriage between the two cancers. There's two cancers here. Look, two cancers sitting side by side. And then there's that Gemini Taurus energy, which is stubborn lovers. So there are two stubborn lovers that just don't want to give it up. They don't want to let it go, but they're not in love. It's horrible. I pray that never finds me. So yeah, that's what I have for that, and that's in Pisces. Take what resonates, Pisces. There's two cancers here. There's a Taurus Gemini energy, head over heart decisions. So really they're only together because someone keeps someone out of the cold, someone keeps someone from walking, someone keeps someone from not sleeping by themselves. And that's all it is. It's just companionship. I mean, they'd be better off getting a bird or a dog, but then again, that take work. So really, these are just two human beings that just keep coming together. It looks like, but it's not like. It's just two people that just keep existing together, and it's not necessarily that they like each other. It's like a step below being roommates. Ouch. Okay, I'm ready to wheel out of this place. That's equal give and take to the universe. So that nothing's being given, so nothing's being taken. They're just existing, and it's really unfair for anyone to ask any more of each other than they have. No one's giving each other really anything that they want. They're just there existing. I don't understand. It's like two rocks sitting next to each other constantly. Wow. That's a hard reality. Oh, wow. I got on in my Sagittarius energy this morning, which means that I'm very direct today. So, pardon me. Pardon moi. Okay, so that was the Pisces situation. And take what resonates. That was Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, double Cancer, which means it's just a lot of emotions. And they're making each other bleed out with the fact that they know that this is true. They know that this is true. They are together for none other than the fact of just saying that they are together. That sucks. Okay, all right. So let's keep going. That was a 6, and let's get out of there. All right, Aries, let's go, because that was an L if I've never seen an L before in my life. There is a juvenile thinking adult in my chat, and I would love them to keep their very personal business to themselves, because it's childish. It's very childish, and maybe you should seek some mental health professionals. Yeah, I'm afraid that's above me. All right, so we got 4, the Emperor, then we've got the Queen of Cups, Aries, Gemini, and Cancer energy in the Aries. All right, so that's Pisces, then Aries, right? We're in Pisces, we're in Aries. So respect, leadership, stability, structure, rules, and power, authority, figure, father figure, protection, control, discipline, focus, practicality. Compassion, comfort, calm, nurturing, healing, emotionally stable, intuitively caring. Oh boy. So we've got something in betwixt things. The Emperor, the Queen of Cups. So this has been coming through for the last few days. There is an Emperor that wants a Queen of Cups. This is what he says. This is what he wants. I don't know what action he's taking. I have no idea. So there's a compassion, comfort, nurturing, healing, emotionally. It's something about her that he's very intrigued by. He likes the fact that she's her. He's intrigued by her. The only thing about certain situations like this is if you study long, you study wrong. Certain times, certain things have to be done in certain times. If this Emperor stays infatuated with this woman long enough, he'll do something that's unbalanced, and it's definitely going to scare her away. Because why are you being creepy, sir? It just looks really freaking creepy. You study long, you study wrong. Okay, so whoever this Emperor is, he's bordering on creepy. You can't just keep stalking a person and not saying something to him. And if you stalk them too damn long, it's going to come off even worse than what you actually wanted to appear as. So either you make a smart move, or you just go on and move away and just appreciate window watching and window shopping. It's okay to like a thing from afar and never touch it. Sometimes it's the best way to appreciate something without damaging it, especially if you might not know how to touch it or handle it. It's best to let it be pretty. Leave it in its display. All right, let's get over to Taurus. Blind decisions. Ooh, my card came out upside down. I don't do upside down cards. So for me to have an upside down card, what's going on? And I'm looking at all my cards. After I see one upside down card, I'm looking. None of my cards are upside down. So why did this King of Wands come upside down? That. All right. We're leading blind faith here, okay? Taurus, why am I laughing? When it starts like this, someone is throwing something, someone is doing direct energy work, and we're just going to go with it. I'm going to say words that are probably going to go with the reading or not with the reading. I don't say words by mistake. As suspected, it's way more than a reader. It's an oracle, okay? That's what it is. It's not just a seer, it's an oracle. Okay, so I used the cards for you. Two of Swords. Then we have this King of Wands upside down. There is no number, but there is Sagittarius and there is Scorpio. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune. Good luck, karma, life cycles, destiny, turning point. Da 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 da. Okay. I'm going to address the elephant in the room, which is this King of Wands upside down, because I did not read it. And I didn't read it for a purpose because we knew. Excuse me. Wow. Okay, now I'm belching. Definitely the direct energy work. It just lets me know you're here. It doesn't mean you're greater than anything. It just lets me know you're here so that I can laugh at you in your face. Anyway, so impulsiveness, ruthless, high expectations, haste, unachievable expectations. You didn't expect that to come out because it's telling on you. It's telling on you. So let's go back in the story and then put it all together. So we have the blind faith, right? We have someone who is shooting with blind faith, right? And that's in the Libra energy. Difficult decisions, weighing options, avoidance, deadlock. And I'm going to give you the words that are the words. So then we get on to the King of Wands upside down, and that is the Sagittarius Scorpio energy, which means someone is trying to passionately shoot their arrow straight and true. They're trying to be precise. They're trying to hit target. Isn't that what archers do? All right. And that's impulsiveness, ruthless, high expectations, haste, unachievable expectations. You cannot make this up. And look, if you see this when you're doing something, doesn't that mean fast forward? Doesn't that mean fast forward? Doesn't it? It does, doesn't it? Fast forward. You suck. Anyway, good luck, karma, life cycles, destiny, turning point, change, inevitable fate, ups and downs, unpredictable. She's unpredictable. Makes me want to bounce. So someone's ruthlessness has gone beyond measure. Now they're just trying everything. It's almost like putting a rat in a bucket and heating it up and seeing how crazy it gets and where it tries to get into. So someone's actually being held to the fire exactly like that. And if you're a rat does as a rat does. And we have heard about the hantavirus. A lot of times you just have to just put them down. They have to be euthanized because it is very, very unsafe for humanity to have all these rats running around in the street. Don't pardon me. I just get a laugh. I get a laugh out of these things. All right. So then we've got that rat taken care of because the good luck and the karma and the ups and downs are coming. It's unpredictable when you're going to run up on the rat and stomp it into the ground, or whenever you just give it the bit of poison that you need because they have it. They have it safe. They have it safely at Home Depot and Walmart. Go and get you some and get rid of them. So yeah, pestilence has to be put down. All right. So it's unpredictable. So with that being said, we have the 2 and the 10, and we have to go with God. I keep telling you that we have to stay in prayer because that's the only way to get rid of the plagues, the pestilence, and the evil that might be enacted. All right, so that's the best way to get rid of that, because we have some ruthless, impulsive people who have gotten their hands on some mechanisms and they're going to try to use them until the very last breath. Okay, so it is imperative that you stay in your prayer closet. Make sure you have a time and a place, and make sure you are guarded and protected, especially for my collective, because we have some people here that are being defeated. The bad side is losing against the good side. It's because they've got all of these bells and whistles. You've seen Transformers. They always get the good stuff, but we always win with what? Good old fashioned prayer. Standing on a hope and a prayer. All right, so that was that. I'd love to show you the cards. I love showing you the cards. You see this one is upside down. I love it. You see these words? I hope you get, if you got a pink card, you can pull it out and you can see. The first word is impulsiveness. So you know that this person has lost control, and the only control they're going to have is trying to, their actual only strength is their weakness. They're drawing on the weakness of them to actually gain strength. A lot of help that's going to be. All right, so let's get on out of there. Let's get on out of there. Oh man, that was the Taurus reading, and that was just exasperating for no reason at all. Okay, so let's go for Gemini. Let's go for Gemini. I see 1717, so there's a star going to meet another star. Hopefully one star doesn't cancel out the other star, because that is how it is. And there's a 6 coming out again. There's nothing but a 6, and the 6 is not a lie. I'm trying to tell you, it's equal give and take to the universe. Whatever someone has sowed, they're definitely reaping. And for some, that is not good. Some people have not sown anything good, so they're definitely going to reap exactly what they've sown. Some people have gone about life looking one way and always being the other way. So you're about to see someone who had a very long ride. And I mean, they had all their life to get it together, but now you're about to see the very harvest that they have indeed sown. All this time, they've been preaching and teaching you that you've got to do this and you've got to do that and you've got to do this, and they've done none of that shit, and you're about to see it. It's so embarrassing, because they actually told themselves that they were a proper role model. You're about to see some real fake role models in real time be unmasked. It's going to be the best episode of Scooby-Doo possible. All right, Gemini, let's unmask those monsters. Okay, so we have Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Capricorn, and Aquarius. Take what resonates. Sun, Moon, Rising. We're all here. The gang's all here. And we have Queen of Cups. Oh, we got. And we got Knight of Swords. Oh, my God. And we have divine masculine and divine feminines. We're out here in these streets. We are doing the thing. We are going back. We are pushing back on ingenuity. We're pushing back on clarity. We are pushing back on some things and some principalities. And I guess they don't like us right now, but who gives a damn? We didn't like them either. All right, so we're going forward. We are going forward, giving, receiving, sharing wealth, generosity, charity, and sharing. The universe is opening us for us to be loving people again, for us to actually trust in some sort of humanity returning back to us. That is great. All right, so now we have the Queen of Cups, compassion, comfort, calm, nurturing, healing, emotionally stable, intuitive, and caring. See, we're returning back to our righteous place where we're supposed to give to the earth and the earth gives to us. See, it's called compassion. It's called seeing things and picking them up and putting them in the trash. It's called seeing that child is crying and not so much as trying to coddle that child, but at least asking, what's the matter? And actually sitting to hear the response. Not to say something, but to actually give that child an ear that they might not be getting at home. an ear that they might not be getting at school. And this is what that looks like. There are some adults that never got listened to. And now that they're adults, they're screaming and they're yelling at people and they're pushing their points around. And they would have been okay had they just been voluntarily listened to as a child. And this is why we have all these adults pushing and prodding and being so aggressive with other people, is because they weren't voluntarily treated as humans before they had a chance to scream, "I'm human, treat me as such." But why should someone have to announce to you that they're human before you actually see them as such? Be willing to accept your part in this. Okay? All right. So now we have the Knight of Swords. Ambitious, action-oriented, driven to succeed, fast-thinking, defending beliefs. And this is where we are. The masculine and the feminine in you, the divine feminine and the divine masculine in you, wants these things back. They know that humanity needs these things in order to grow. Some of you are more gentle and more caring of inanimate objects than you are to objects that are actually able to return any of the signals that you put out. It's weird. It's very weird. You treat the door, you treat a car, you treat a dollar, you treat your belt, you treat your lipstick way better than you treat your kid, your spouse, your sister, or your brother. You see where that doesn't work. It can't hold you. It can't hug you. It can't kiss you. It can't say I love you at night. It can't say thank you. It can't say you're welcome. Yet you revere these things and you throw away humanity because humanity doesn't do what you wanted to do when you wanted to do. Is that a thing now? Okay, maybe. I guess it's your thing. So the love is the love, and Gemini is the parts of the bodies that you need. Gemini are the two arms, the things that embrace you, the reciprocal part of the journey. A Gemini is a Gemini energy, and a Gemini trait is the reciprocal part. So when you come across Gemini energy and you're not reciprocal, you're telling the world that you're not going to give to it what you want to take from it. And that's an incredible signal to give, especially when you want so much from the world. So you want blood from a turnip? You want that to make sense, right? But it does not. And this is why things are off kilter, is because everybody wants, but nobody wants to give. Everybody takes, but they don't want to give. Everybody receives, but they don't want to give. And things are thrown off. So when the people who give never receive, of course they're dried. So now you've deadened your source and you want replenished. You want to be replenished, but you've not sold and you've not given anything, and that's not reciprocal. So you've killed the Gemini in your hearts, in your love, because you have not the perception. You don't know what Gemini is. See, you go on with rumors, you go off of what other people say. And because other people keep saying that Gemini is this and Gemini is that and Gemini is this, you never go, you never research, and you never know exactly what Gemini is. Gemini is very reciprocal. Gemini is the two arms. And what do you do with two arms? You either carry, you support, or you reciprocate, or you love, or you embrace. So if you never embrace the Gemini in your life, you are indeed living in a very deficit type of world. And that is you. Take what resonates. Sun, Moon, Rising. You don't have to be a Gemini, but you do have to understand the personality and the traits. The same way you like the traits of a Scorpio, you like the nastiness, you like the passion. You do. See, it's a problem when people just take the things that they want and they don't evenly get what they're supposed to have. This is why when you make a plate, you're supposed to have starch, meat, and vegetables. So when you take too much of one and you leave not for the other, you make everybody else's plate uneven. And then if everybody follows the fashion of what you have, nobody gets what they're supposed to have. Instead, everybody just gets one thing or another. They don't get everything. And this is why the Gemini exists, is to make sure everybody is evenly dispersed and make sure everybody gets the reciprocation of what they put out. So there's no way to live without the Gemini element in your life. Although you keep trying to get rid of it, it's the best element in your life. And I'm so sad to tell you the truth, but it makes me so happy simultaneously. All right, so this has been your Gemini reading, and the 6 is the equal give and take to the universe, because what else is a Gemini there for? In order to either show you or give to you or guide you in a way in which is reciprocal to yourself and to others. Okay? Yes. Believe. Take sure care of yourself and others, because it's unfair any other way to see it. Okay, so giving, receiving, sharing wealth, generosity, charity sharing, ambitious, action oriented, driven to succeed, fast thinking, defending beliefs, compassion, comfort, calm, nurturing, healing, emotionally stable, initiative, caring. Me, myself, and I is the triune that you have, right? Me, myself, and I. And you see how me, myself, and I does work, because eventually it turns into us. So there is the big 3, which is me, you, and us. And to see it any other way would mean that you have an incomplete state. To see it any other way than you, me, and us is indeed selfish. All right, so let's get over to the Cancer, because we started off in Sagittarius, so we'll definitely end up in Scorpio. Okay, Cancer. Okay, Cancer. 83 came straight out in Cancer. 835, 835, 835, 835. So, wow. 83, 583, Cancer. So, something's definitely, whoa. 3 plus 5 is 8. And at 16, 7. There's a complete cycle here. Oh, boy. There's a complete cycle. My good ear is... That's good. That's good. All right. 835. Take what resonates. Everybody, if you know, you know. You already know. You listen to these numbers and you know what the numbers mean. For those you know, for those the ones that don't know, it's all right. It's an inside type of thing. Okay, so 835. I mean, it's no better way to read that. 835, not unless you want me to put 583. Right? Because you live your life on these numbers, right? You surrounded yourself by these numbers because you're trying to figure out something that you shouldn't be trying to figure out, because you need to ask. Because that's the only way to have permission, or else you're just prodding and prying and you're trying to learn on the outskirts of things instead of directly coming to the source. And the source might not even like you or might refute you. And this is why you keep trying to be sneaky and steal. 835. Okay, negative thoughts, self-imposed restriction, imprisonment, victim mentality, entrapment. Someone has definitely painted themselves in an entrapment. They've entrapped themselves by their own devices. Like, it's so funny watching a mouse trap itself. Have you ever played the game Mousetrap? Yeah, trap yourself. Anyway, so then we got 3: heartbreak, suffering, grief, emotional pain, sorrow, hurt, divorce, loss, depression. So somebody's going through this. Okay, great. Okay, so 5: regret, failure, disappointment, pessimism, loss, grief. Oh my gosh, this is the saddest reading ever in Cancer. Somebody is just somebody broke their own heart. Oh, they shattered it all to pieces. That was a geese. This far out, somebody's like straight out of their element. Somebody is definitely out of their element. Somebody is operating outside of their element. They have never been so far displaced in their life. They do not know. This is unfamiliar territory. They don't know. This is like no man's land. They ain't never seen them places never seen themselves being like this. This is like the Badlands. Okay, so somebody's in purgatory, a self-set purgatory. This is a purgatory of their own design. Someone has put themselves like indeterminately in a prison. They have definitely done their own thing, right? And there's really nobody else to blame, but they're going to blame everybody naturally, because they're going to say, why did you let me? Why did you help me? why did you assist me in this buffoonery, in this debauchery? But when it was happening, they wanted it to happen. They asked for it. They request for it. They knew the things. They knew better than everybody else. They told themselves that they would never be in adversity. And that's something that's in the Bible. The minute you tell yourself you'll never be in adversity is exactly when it'll happen. So somebody has painted themselves in such a place and they've got to enact themselves out of it. And the number that I get is a 7, which is a cycle complete. So it's nothing really to do for me here besides just say what it is on the card. So I'm just going to show you the cards and keep on moving because this is almost depressing. Someone has broken their own heart. They put themselves in a bit of a pickle. Excuse me. We're in a tight spot, Everett. We're in a tight spot. I don't know if you've ever seen Oh Brother Where Art Thou, but that is the funniest. So someone has definitely put themselves in a situation to where they cannot come back. They've broken their own heart. They put themselves inside their own prison by their own devices. And it is what it is. We got 835 and that is what it is. That one. That one. Hold up. Yeah, that one and that one. Dang. Poor Chad. Poor Chad. Gemini, Scorpio, Libra. That's what's on it. And that was a Cancer reading. Sucks to be you. Ha ha ha. All right, Leo, step up. Let's go. I don't know why this person keeps coming back to my page. It's really distasteful. I don't like this person at all. At all. I don't really care to see this person at all. They come here and they just, I don't know, they just say nothing. They type a bunch of nothing. Anywho. So now we've got Out in the Cold and we've got Queen of Wands and that's Leo. We've got 50. Someone just turned 50 or they're about to turn 50. So they're 49. Okay, so we got the 5. So either it's just the May, which is a Gemini and a Taurus, or it's just the 50. Somebody playing the 50. Somebody playing ignorant. Somebody just faking the 50. They doing a 50. Somebody faking the funk. Somebody fugazi. Ooh, I love the chance to use a bit of the lingo, a bit of the slang. Is that what they say? A bit of the slang, the ebonics, the fugazi, the shiesty, the poo shiesty. All right, so you got financial loss, lack mindset, loss, isolation, worry, need, poverty, insecurity. So someone's definitely enacted this part of themselves. Courage the Cowardly Dog. I don't know why I said that, but I just had to say that because I like that cartoon. Eustace. Eustace. Maybe that's that marriage that I was saying where they're just together. We don't understand Muriel. We don't understand Eustace, but we do understand the dog. The dog is the only one that actually has any sense in that damn marriage. Maybe someone's stuck in a marriage like Courage the Cowardly Dog. They just got a Muriel. And I've always said Eustace was pretty dark because there's something up with that man. And Muriel, she just seems to be so far detached. The dog is the only thing that makes sense in this thing. And he sees all of the stuff. I think that was the marriage that I was talking about. That was the Courage the Cowardly Dog lives in that house. Poor dog. Poor dog. Courage, independence, comfort, courage, confident, independence, focus, zest for life, determination, joy, and the Fool. So someone's definitely being left out in the cold while someone goes forward and they go toward their forward movement and they take more chances. So someone is definitely having the courage of the Fool, new beginnings, possibility, innocence, spontaneous optimism, trust in life, blind faith, adventure, opportunity, and pleasure. So someone is indeed upset. They are in the 5 of Pentacles as someone else is going forward. Take what resonates: Taurus, Pisces, Aries, and Uranus. I love that. Uranus, which means they're going off into the unknown. They gone. They gone. And I just gotta say something because Uranus is here. You're an ass. So the person left out in the cold is finding out that they've kicked their own self in the ass because someone has gone off into the sunset. They're gone off into the abyss. They're wonderful. It's good. It's a 5, which means unexpected change. Definitely. Even without all the pictures, 5 just means unexpected change. And yeah, battle's going up on Tuesday. Got your girl in the club and she Tuesday. Bottles going up, hey, going down, up, yay. Let's go another round. Bottles going up on Tuesday. Got your girl in the club and she Tuesday. Hey. All right. So Virgo, step up, because it's Virgo, let's go, let's go, let's go. This has been a cool little reading. It had its ups and downs, just like life is, and it is what's to be expected. I don't know what this is. This all fell out. I'm gonna just put it back. I don't even want to take it because the way it fell out, it was audible. It was like it was trying to get my attention. Somebody falling out to get attention. Like, is that a tantrum? Is that a full adult tantrum we're having? Oh, move out the way. Oh, confirmation. The horn started beeping. Move out the way. Don't nobody care. Move. So the Magician, someone is manifesting right now. Action, creation, manifestation, power, self-confidence, clarity, willpower, skill, creativity. All right, all right, all right, all right. All right, all right, all right. Who did that? Kevin Hart? Heart, is it the hearts? It's the heartbeats. 5 heartbeats. Palpitations. Clutches pearls. Long-term view, hard work, perseverance, diligence, sustainable results, investment. All right, all right, all right. And there go the Empress. Here she go with her cute little beautiful self. Look at her, look at her, look at her. And abundance, nurturing, fertility, feminine, good parenting, development, accomplishment, growth, evolution, and action. The evolution will not be televised. It'll be streamed. All right, so now we got 1, 7, and a 3, and that just brings us to an 11, which is highly intuitive, and we talked about this earlier. There is great manifestation. Don't forget to say your affirmations. Don't forget to wonderfully, beautifully depend on you, because who else is going to do it if not you? You are the one that is ultimately supposed to make the sacrifices for yourself. Who else is going to do it? Nobody. You have to. If you don't respect yourself, don't expect it from someone else. All right? If you don't love yourself, why would you expect someone else to love you? Okay? If you don't give to yourself, no, don't worry, because you just have to give to yourself, because some people are selfish. They don't have any reciprocal things in their body, and you have to stay away from people like that, okay? So, what did we learn? A lot. And what are we going to keep learning? A lot, okay? So, keep on manifesting. Keep on being resilient. Keep your prayers, keep your thoughts, keep them to yourself or write them down. Do not cast your pearls among swine. Do not tell people your dreams that are dream killers. It's best that you dream and you take action, because people will come in your life. They will see the light that gets in your eyes when you talk about certain things, and they'll get upset because they don't have that light when they talk about things that are going on in their life. And they will seek to destroy your light because they have not found their own. So be careful of who you share your hopes and your dreams with and your good news with, because some people will turn your good news into bad news because they have no news at all. All right. And news is north, east, west, and south. It comes from all directions. And that is the 11. That is the long term view. Keep on manifesting, keep on hoping and dreaming, and keep on nurturing yourself, because if you don't nurture yourself, you can't nurture anybody else. And be careful of who you nurture. Some people are there to drain you dry, and they don't intend on putting anything into you because they don't think that they have anything to put into you, and that's okay. Get away from those people, okay? You don't want to end up the turnip who everyone wants to squeeze blood from. All right. All right, so that was the 11, and that was in Virgo. Definitely be the doctor in your life. Be cool enough to keep your hands clean, and that's that doctorate, okay? Get a PhD in your own business so you don't have to get a PhD in mine. That was the Virgo reading. Let's go over to Libra, and Scorpio is our last ones. We're going to wrap it up. It is 5:54 on the clock. Get your last few things done because the kids are about to get ready to go. Did you do your recycling? Have you done your recycling? I've already put those things out there, but I haven't wheeled the thing to the corner because I feel like they're trying to mix up the cans. They've already tried to mix up the trash cans because someone decided to put their trash can at my backyard last week. And I was trying to figure out why, because my trash can is in my yard. So someone else's trash can being wheeled to my yard was kind of weird, especially when they knew I don't need two trash cans. So being as though I know someone is always in my business, they knew the difference between the two. So be mindful of what a person might or may not do. Some people may sneak things into your trash can. Know your serial number on your trash can, and try to keep people from switching trash cans because you don't know the weird things people will do. And then they'll have a nerve, because that's what criminals do. They'll have a nerve to keep track of what you got going on and not want you to know nothing of what they got going on, even though they're trying to include you in it. All right, there you go. So with this Libra reading, we got the 6-7. Oh boy, someone's on demon time, but really we have chapters in the Psalms that will definitely refute all that, so we ain't even worried about it. And then we've got the 18, which is the moon, which means it's premonitions, illusion, mystery, dreams, intuition, fear, anxiety, subconscious. So somebody's working on both sides. They're trying to enact fears at the same time, but a lot of us are intuitively nudged by it, and we understand that there are people that are going to keep poking and prodding spiritually because they will not, they can't do it to your face. They're cowards, really. They're spiritual cowards. They can't really do it to your face because they know you would call 911 on that ass. Either that or something else would happen. This is why they had to do it behind closed doors, and this is why they have to make all of these accounts and call all of these people and recruit all these people, because they're drawing strength through weakness. Okay, so we got the 6 and the 7, which is transition, change, leaving behind, releasing baggage, moving on, and it's fast moving because the Chariot is here. So someone is definitely trying to move on to clear waters because something is telling them intuitively that they need to go. All right, so if you're getting the nudge to remove yourself, disconnect yourself, distance yourself away from somebody, no longer let someone in the house, no longer let anybody call you, you get the intuition to block somebody on social media or just on your phone, period, you need to go on and do that and worry about the whys later, because there's a reason why something is saying get away and disconnect from somebody. Okay, take what resonates. This is the Libra reading, and we have Aquarius, we have Cancer, and we have Pisces. These are the ones. I know what it is for me, so make sure you got what your list on for you. Okay, this is the same way that you need to. Those people are the same things like on your allergy list. You know what happens when they come around. They make you bloated. You can't eat well. You start itching. Stuff start getting missing. You start getting confused. They are the people that you are really allergic to. You start getting bloated when you're around. You don't get good sleep. things start happening when you're around those people, you need to treat them just like a peanut allergy. You need to treat them just like a shellfish allergy. Do not interact, do not pass, do not mix with. This company has tree nuts coming through it. You know, if this person is able to pass through that house, you do not need to go to that house. You do not need to go to that neighborhood, to that bar, in that car, or that phone, or nothing, because it's just like having a peanut allergy. If it's something passing through that factory, then you need not to go to that factory or interact with anything that has anything to do with that factory. Do you understand? Are you listening to Auntie? Are you listening to TT as I tell you about this thing? This is why you're having those allergic reactions, because you're dealing with somebody who you are indeed allergic to. You just haven't applied the allergic thing to them. Okay? So you are getting the nudges, you are getting the synchronicities. Your dog act a little weird, your child get a little quiet, your child act a little outright. You know, either they going down when they come around, or they going outrageous when they come around. You're not paying attention to the dog whistles. That's what I mean with dog whistles. There are things that are quietly being done in the background that make you act out or make certain things happen, and you don't exactly know the why, but you know it's a something. So those are the dog whistles. Those are the silent tellers, okay? Sometimes there's somebody in the background that knows what to do to piss you off, and they're doing it, but nobody sees what they're doing. But you know what they're doing, and you have to be careful your reaction, because sometimes there's somebody who said, all right, well, if I do this and they do that, you grab them. And that's how you catch them. And we're going to say that they did this and they did that and they did this. Although everybody lying, they done put their plan together, and plan is to trap you. So if you feel a natural urge to just go on and say, never mind, go on and do it. Because that's how people try to trap us. They try to plan for us, and they try to trap us. They know people that we don't know, and they put them in place. And they can get a strong... Let them go on and fall in their own traps, okay? Let them people go, okay? So we have 6, 7, and 18, okay? 6 and 7 is a 13. That's death and transformation. So you put death and transformation next to the 18, right? Right. That's going to turn into 30 something, right? So the 3 plus the 8 is 11, right? So that means 31, right? Okay. And then it's going to turn into a 4, right? That's foundation. So that means that someone is attempting to destroy your foundation because they don't have one. Okay? It takes a very nasty, trifling person to try to drive somebody into the ground because they don't have a foundation and they never were taught one. And when a person gets so nasty that they want to rip your world apart because they don't have a world, that they had to sit there and create a world to rip your world apart, those people are very dangerous. And the people that try to help them, they're dangerous as well. So what you have to do is be twice as quick on the draw, and you have to be a little dangerous to them, but not in the same ways. There are ways that you can be safely dangerous and not get your hands dirty. Go with God. He's going to show you how to get to him. He's going to give to him good. Yeah. All right. Okay, so let's get on to the last one, which is Scorpio. Gotta shake them in their little boots. I would say shorts, but they don't wear them anymore. That's the nastiness. If they wash them. How the hell I end up with you? I ain't allowed with nothing you do. Don't got no time for playing a fool. You're making it, you're breaking it. You're making it, you're breaking it. You're making, you're breaking the rules. So Scorpio, last but not least, come on, passionate, yo. We got 8911, 1189, 8911. I'm trying to tell you, those numbers sound very familiar. 8911 and 8911, 8911. Hey, I got October, I got September, and I got November. Those are the usual suspects. Virgo, Sagittarius, and Libra. Crime doesn't pay. Anyway, so we got an 8 mastering of the pentacles. We got 8 of pentacles, diligence, passion, high standards, apprenticeship, mastery, skill development, repetitive task, and they hate it. They hate it. They hated that you're a wounded warrior in the Sagittarius thing. Even though a Sagittarius is coming for you, you just know you just shoot them arrows right back. Pop, 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 pop. Courage, persistence, test, faith, resilience, boundaries, last stand, gearing up for worse, pessimism, weary, yeah. Yeah, when you're a battled warrior, you know what things look like when it goes down. You know what things look like when it go up. The thing about it is your enemies don't know how to bounce back worth a shit. This is why they got to get people to come in with you, because they're drawing strength from weakness. And then we got 11, which is the justice. Don't even worry about it, baby. God got you as long as you know that you got God, all right? Justice, fairness, truth, clarity, equality, balance, cause and effect, and law. There is a law to this life. There is the what? It is Murphy's law. There's spiritual law, and there's law, and there's my law. And my law says, nah, it ain't about to happen. Then you shall not pass. All right? Yeah. I am in the Gandalf white era, not the gray. So let's go, let's gear up. Happy Wednesday. Mike. Enjoy. Remember, don't come for me, cause these fools definitely was trying to spiral you.